Hey there everyone. Today I want to do a really quick video. I want to get this over and done with really quickly. It's just going to be about my own personal choices for actors and actresses for the upcoming Metal Gear Solid movie. So, for those who don't know, we're in really early production really early phases for the movie. They've gone and released this really cool artwork. They've for basically concept design for the movie, and go check it out because it's awesome. But we haven't decided. Nobody's decided on cast members, on actors yet, to my knowledge. So, as a lifelong fan, as somebody who's been a fan ever since he was 8 years old, I'm now 24. Of the Metal Gear Solid series, I think that my opinion is of some value, so without further ado, let's go into my own personal choices for actors for the movie. Now, before I go, let me just say that this is for under the context of if the movie is based kind of around the Metal Gear Solid 1, PlayStation 1, Metal Gear Solid 1, if the movie is going to be based off of that, most likely it is. Normally tends to happen in video game films is that it never tends to be based exactly off one game. It tends to be an amalgamation of many different games, but we do know that it will likely be largely focused on Metal Gear Solid 1, and it's definitely going to include Grey Fox. So I do have my choice for Grey Fox in this list, and I hope you like it. Even if you don't like it, I'd be very interested to hear what you have to say, which ones you like, which ones you don't like, and why. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Okay, first of all, the man of the hour, Solid Snake. My choice for Solid Snake, Stephen Dorff. You don't really hear about him much anymore. He was big deal back in the old days. Then he got involved in Yui Bowl movies, which kind of, I suppose it's kind of like people would be a bit scared to see Stephen Dorff because they think, oh, he was in Yui Bowl Alone in the Dark, wasn't he? So people are probably going to be a bit scared about this idea. Oh, if he was in Alone in the Dark, another video game adaptation, if he goes into the Metal Gear Solid movie, it might taint it. But should be fine. Yui Bowl is not going to be directing, so I don't think we have to worry. Stephen Dorff, he's got the look down to a T. After that, most popular character, arguably the most popular character in all of Metal Gear Solid, Grey Fox. Let's go on to him. My choice for Grey Fox, Tom Hardy. Now, Tom Hardy, what can I say about Tom Hardy? The reason why Tom Hardy, the reason I choose Tom Hardy, I mean, first of all, yeah, he's a big star. The deal maker for Tom Hardy, he's very expressive. He knows how to convey a lot of emotion. Stanley Kubrick would have loved him. And the reason this is important is because in that moment in the film, when Grey Fox takes off his mask, you've got to be able to see into his soul. You've got to be able to see that this is a man who has suffered. I mean, Grey Fox, you look at his wiki page and you see he went through hell. He went through so much, even more than Snake did, even more than any of the characters. To me, he captures what the Metal Gear Solid series is all about. Metal Gear Solid is about how war dehumanizes people. War turns people into machines, and Grey Fox embodies that more than anybody. But when he takes off his helmet, his face is the only human thing he's got left. His body is all machine, but his face is still human. And I can just see Tom Hardy killing it. DARPA Chief Donald Anderson. Now, for this, I chose Danny Glover. Okay, now Danny Glover, he's about the same age group. Veteran actor. I mean, we'd be honored to have any of these guys. We'll probably end up with a bunch of nobodies. But you notice how Donald Anderson, he looks a lot like Danny Glover, he actually looks a lot like him. Now, I'm talking about the nose, the hair, the chin. I think that they might have actually based his model off of Danny Glover, because, you know, they used to do that all the time back in the old MSX days. They would just steal a person's face and model them directly off that person. But, you know, having Danny Glover would just be freaking awesome. I'm one of those people who, when there's an adaptation, I really want them to look like that person. Not so important in a video game adaptation, because in video game adaptations, I'm just praying that it's going to be good. So I don't really care about anything else. But having Danny Glover would be freaking awesome. Very unlikely to happen, but still, dreams are free. Okay, now, the number one villain. Liquid Snake? No. I don't know about Liquid Snake, because I don't know what we would do with Liquid Snake, because I would want the actor who plays Solid Snake to be the same person who plays Liquid, because they're supposed to be genetically identical. They're supposed to be even more identical than identical twins. They're supposed to be exact clones. So, if they had one actor play Liquid Snake who's clearly a different person from Solid Snake, it would kind of, for me as a lifelong fan, that would kind of kill it a little bit. So, I don't know, the way I see it, whoever's gonna play Solid Snake should also play Liquid Snake, as long as they can. You know, we have CGI these days, we can superimpose people into the same screen. It's not hard to do these days. Alright, so the main villain, Revolver Ocelot. My choice for Revolver Ocelot is Daniel Day-Lewis. Now, the reason I chose Daniel Day-Lewis is, it's not just because he's been in these Western movies and he has a mustache. I mean, here he is in, this is him in Gangs of New York, and this is him in There Will Be Blood. But the reason I chose Daniel Day-Lewis is because Daniel Day-Lewis is a method actor, okay? And a method actor is somebody who really immerses themselves in their character, somebody who changes themselves. They don't just act, they become the thing that they're portraying. They embody it. For a method actor, acting is more than just a job. You're completely changing yourself into another person. You know, it's like they say, he didn't just play Abraham Lincoln, but he became Abraham Lincoln. Now, what does this have to do with Ocelot? Well, the character of Ocelot is an actor himself. Ocelot is an actor. He is a deceiver. He's a double, triple, quadruple agent. He's constantly lying to people and going behind their backs and deceiving and manipulating and pulling the strings. And Daniel Day-Lewis, of all people, he would understand what it means to be something that he's not. And he could really bring that to the table when playing Ocelot. As long as somebody actually communicated that to him. They're not just like, okay, you're going to be playing a Russian cowboy, here you go. No, they have to explain to him. The director has to explain who Ocelot is. I'm so overthinking this. I'm acting like it's going to be this big masterpiece. It's going to be let's face it, it's going to be a trashy... It's just going to be a trashy Hollywood movie. It's probably not going to get good reviews. I mean, I chose Dave Bautista as Vulcan Raven. Now that's a choice that I didn't even think about. I'm just like, oh, he's big. He could pass off as a Native American, maybe. David Bautista, Vulcan Raven. Sure, why not? Daniel Day-Lewis was my choice for Ocelot. If the movie is Metal Gear Solid 1, older, senior Ocelot. Now if, on the other hand, if we're getting a young Ocelot, I think Ryan Gosling would make a great young Ocelot. Why? I don't know. I really don't know why. But something about him, something about his demeanor, his mannerisms, the way he talks, it would just work so well for Ocelot. I don't know why. I reckon he would be great. Psycho Mantis. Mads Mikkelsen. I think he would be great as Psycho Mantis. I haven't thought this out as well as some of the other choices, but he's great at playing villains, and he has he's European. He's got the look. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be cool. And he's working with Hideo Kojima on Death Stranding, so he knows how it goes. Okay, Colonel Campbell. Speaking of voice, now Colonel Campbell, my choice Colonel Campbell would be Paul Eiding, who, for those who don't know, is actually the voice actor who played the Colonel in the games. Now I know it's not practical to expect a voice actor to be an actor. In fact, voice actors generally don't do acting. Voice actors stick to voice acting, and actors stick to acting. This is just my personal preference, because I just love Paul Eiding's voice. He's my favorite voice actor, and I'm a huge fan of him. I'm a huge fan of all of his work, and yeah, and I can't see anybody else doing that gravelly Campbell's voice. If you know somebody, let me know. Let me know in the comment section. Let me know if you have a good choice for Campbell. Okay, let's move on. All right, so Otacon. My choice for Otacon, Paul Dano. Otacon, I think he would be perfect to play Otacon. How can I put this? Paul Dano can really let his heart out in his movies. He knows how to be soft. He knows how to be vulnerable. He knows how to be gentle and compassionate. That's what we need for Otacon. I've heard it seems like what a lot of people do. They find anybody who has black hair and glasses, and they think he could be Otacon. They don't really think about it a lot. But as a fan growing up, Otacon was my favorite character, and the reason he was my favorite character is because that was back in the day when it wasn't cool to be geeky. It wasn't cool to be into anime and to be into computers and video games and Japanese things. Back then, if you were a geek, you were an outcast. You're a social outcast. Nowadays, everybody's into anime. Everybody's into Japanese things and computers and video games. So he was kind of like, Otacon was really inspirational for me. I really liked him because you could identify with him, and he was a hero, and he showed you didn't have to have big muscles and big guns, and you didn't have to be this badass in order to be a hero. You could be a hero. A geek could be a hero. You could be a hero with your brain, not with your brawn. And not only that, but he was... what I liked about Otacon is that he was very compassionate, and he was really gentle. He was, very meek. And that's very important for the character. He can't just be this geeky-looking guy. You can't just hire Andrew Garfield and make him Otacon. You couldn't really play Peter Parker, because it's more than just putting on glasses and saying a bunch of nerdy stuff. You have to have that character. You have to have that character inside you. And Paul Dano could do that. He could really pull it off. He did it in Love and Mercy, and for those who don't know, that's a movie where he plays Brian Wilson, the lead singer of the Beach Boys, and he could really pull off that vulnerable side of himself. Again, I'm totally overthinking this. It's going to be a summer popcorn flick. It's not going to be a very deep movie, but like I said, this is just my choice, and it's nothing else. Oh yeah, okay, moving on to the ladies. Naomi Hunter. I thought Kate Beckinsale would be really good as Naomi Hunter. She looks like her. Very similar voice, very similar. She's got a lot of history in action movies, and I think she'd fit right in. She'd be great. Meryl Silverberg. Annalise Basso. I hope I didn't mispronounce that. Now, Annalise Basso, great, like, she's got to look like she could be a soldier. She's got to look tough, alright? Annalise is beautiful, but she looks tough. She looks like, she knew, like, Taekwondo or something. She could, like, kick a couple of people's asses, And also, she's got to look young. Some people wanted Scarlett Johansson to play Meryl. I don't know if that was serious. I think it's just... I don't know why people do this. They just pick any random... They pick the highest grossing, most popular actors or actresses and think that they... yeah, they could, but... They could do it. Scarlett Johansson could be Meryl. She's definitely got the voice. She's definitely got that raspy voice for her. But I haven't really seen anything else to make me think that she would suit it. Annalise, on the other hand, the thing about Meryl is that she's got to be young. No, Meryl's got to be very... She's got to be very young and but look tough. Yeah, so Annalise, I think she'd be great for that. Okay, I think that's all. That's it. Is that everybody? So again, check out that artwork, because it's freaking awesome. And yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know which ones you liked and which ones you didn't like. If there's any ones that I missed out that you would have liked to have heard. Let me know in the comments which ones you agree with and which ones you disagree with. And yeah, if you liked this, then subscribe. I might be doing a video on this artwork. My brother, who is also a huge long-time Metal Gear fan, he'll come around and we'll look at them together. And yeah, I plan to do a lot more Metal Gear Solid related content because I love the series. It's been a very important part of my childhood. So I can't wait to do more Metal Gear Solid related stuff. So if you like this, subscribe, comment, like. So yeah, that's it for now. Talk to you later. See you next time.